Dear students, today in this video we are going to discuss about voice, how voice is used in English grammar, direct voice and indirect voice. See first, voice refers to the form of a verb that indicates when a grammatical subject performs the action or is the receiver of the action. When a sentence is written in the action voice or active voice, the subject performs the action. Means if the sentence is in active voice, the subject of the particular sentence will do the action or performs the action. In the passive voice, the subject receives the action. So if we change the sentence in passive, so subject will receive the action or subject will get the action. So see, types of voice: active voice and passive voice. Let's see some example of active and passive. So in active, Ganesh calls Gita. So if we change the same sentence into passive, that will be Gita called by Ganesh. So see here, in active, Ganesh is the subject. Ganesh calls whom? Gita. So Ganesh is the performer here. Ganesh is the doer. So same sentence, if we change into passive voice, so Gita called by Ganesh. See here, the subject Ganesh become object and it receives the action called. So in active voice, doer is important. So doer is subject in active voice. See the examples. I play football. She is playing or singing a song. We help them. So in passive, subject is affected by the action done by the verb. Let's see some examples. Ganesh calls Gita. It is in active voice. Let's change it to passive. Gita is called by Ganesh. Ganesh wrote a poem. So in passive, a poem was written by Ganesh. Ganesh can drive a car. So in passive, a car can be driven by Ganesh. So there are some rules to be followed while reading voice. Let's see them. Active. If there is I in active as a subject, so in passive or in objective, that will become me, we, us, you. Same will remain same. He, him, she, her, it, same. They, them. So any particular person's name like Sonjot, it will remain same. So any particular name will not change in passive as well. So let's talk about the verbs. So in active, if there is verb 1 or verb 5, while changing into passive voice, so that will we have to follow is mr plus verb 3. Is mr, so you can be confused how is mr, or if that all is mr plus verb 3 will be in a same sentence, or how we can use this. So see, is mr, so if he is and she is a subject in sentence, is I, if there is I as a subject, am, and we and the plural, if there is plural subject, are, plus verb 3. Similarly, is mr and verb 4, if there is in active sentence, means is mr plus verb 4, it means it is present continuous, right? So if there is present continuous in active voice, while changing it into passive, so is mr plus being plus verb 3, so present perfect we have to make in passive. So has have plus v3, and so if has have plus v3 is there in active, while changing into passive, has have been plus b3, we have to add been before b3. So if there is or if the active sentence is in verb 2 form, means simple past, so we have to add was were plus b3. Yeah? So if was were plus verb 4 is there in active sentence, while changing it into passive, that what we have to do is was were plus being plus b3. So if had plus b3 is in active, so while changing it into passive, had been plus b3. So shall will plus verb 1, simple past sentence, while if there is simple past sentence in active voice, while changing it into passive, so what we have to do, will shall be plus verb 3. So if there is will shall have plus b3 in active sentence, while changing that sentence into passive, what we have to do, we have to use will shall have plus been plus v3. So see how we can change tense from active to passive. So while changing say active sentence to passive, what we should do with the tense. If there is simple present tense in active, so in passive, that will be, or the structure of the passive sentence will be is mr plus b3. Examples: Ganesh plays, she plays, this is verb 5, s or es, football, this is inactive. So while changing it to passive, football, she is b3 played by Ganesh. If there is present continuous in active, while changing present continuous sentence to passive voice, is mr plus verb 4 is present continuous. So while changing into passive, is mr plus being plus b3. Example: Ganesh is, see, verb 4 is, and verb 4 playing football. In passive, football is being played, b3, by Ganesh. So present perfect tense, the structure of present perfect tense is has have plus v3. So simple present perfect tense, when we change to passive, has have been plus v3. Let's see the example. He has b3 played football. So change into passive, football has been played by Who is the subject? Is he, and by him. Another example, we have played football. See, football has been played by us. Next rule is if there is simple past in active. So what we have to do while changing simple past to passive voice, the structure of simple past is subject verb to plus object, and while changing into passive, so was were plus v3 plus object. See here, he played football. So in passive, football was played by him. Next rule, past continuous sentence. If the active sentence is in past continuous tense, so while changing that past continuous tense sentence to passive, what we have to do, so the structure of past continuous is was were plus before. So while changing into passive voice, was were being plus v3. Let's see for example, Ganesh was writing a poem. So in passive, a poem was being written by Ganesh. So past perfect sentence. The structure of past perfect is had plus v3. So while changing into passive voice, it will become had been plus v3. See the example, Ganesh has played football. So in passive voice, football had been played by Ganesh. Next, simple future. The structure of simple future is shall will plus verb 1. So in passive voice, that will be shall will be plus v3. See the example, Ganesh will play football. In passive, football will be played by Ganesh. So in future perfect, so if there is future perfect tense in active voice, while changing future perfect tense sentence to passive, what we have to do? The structure of future perfect tense is will shall have plus v3. So in passive, will shall have been plus v3. See the example, Ganesh shall have played football. So in passive, football will have been played by Ganesh. Next, so what we have to do with modal verbs. See, these are the modal verbs: can, could, would, yeah, may, might, must, ought to, etc. plus verb 1. So while changing these modal verbs into passive, modal verbs plus be plus verb 3. Let's see the example, Ganesh can play football. See, in passive, football can be played by Ganesh. So there are some important points while to be remembered while reading voice in English grammar. See, these are subject will be changed to object. This is very normal thing. Everyone, even the very basic level students can understand this. Next point to be remembered, any verb will be changed to verb 3. So any verb that is used in the active sentence, while changing that sentence to the passive voice, the verb should be changed to verb 3 form. Yes, or past participle we can say. or perfect verb, we can say. Subject will be joined with by. So the subject of the active sentence will become the object of passive sentence, and that object will be joined with by. And pronoun must be changed into passive correspondent. Any pronoun used in active sentence while changing into passive, that must be changed into the passive correspondent. Okay, uh, these are the points to be remembered while reading or practicing voice in English grammar. So thank you. This is all about voice in English grammar. So I think you guys like this video. If so, please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe, and you will get my another important video. So that can be about grammar and any other text as well. So thank you so much.